up yellow rain with a Georgia plate. Took my heart right back to the day she drove away. And those three little words that I could never say. Yeah, that bumper sticker put me back in her eyes on that Sunday drive before I kissed her for the last time. There was a hole in my heart, tears on her face, by pulling us to different ways. Couldn't tell you if she ever looked back in that rearview mirror. But I remember that bumper sticker. I remember that bumper sticker, yeah. We used to talk about forever, but I was too young and afraid. Should have told her she was the one before she was the one that got away. Yeah, that bumper sticker put me back in her eyes on that Sunday drive before I kissed her for the last time. There was a hole in my heart, tears on her face, life pulling us to different ways. Couldn't tell you if she ever looked back in that rearview mirror. But I remember that bumper sticker. It's funny how time flies like those white lines. Maybe something's out at a red light. I'll look up and find that bumper sticker and ask her if she wants to take a Sunday drive. Tell her I missed her this whole time. There was a hole in my heart, tears on her face, life pulling us to different ways. Couldn't tell you if she ever looked back in that rearview mirror. No, I couldn't tell you if she ever looked back in that rearview mirror. But I remember that bumper sticker. I remember that bumper sticker.
Woo!
Thank you.
I love it. Did you write that by yourself?
I did not. I actually wrote that with my buddy John D'Agostino and John Milstead. There you go. Street cred, y'all. Street
Yay! Gotta love that. Gotta love it. Well, that's awesome. I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
Very cool.
It's kind of my it's kind of a what could have been song. You know, it's that's kind of what inspired me, like in my part of writing the song. I just was looking back at relationships where so maybe it could have worked if I wasn't, you know,
Sure.
so cool back then. Too cool for love.
Too cool. You're cool now.
Well, now I
That's what we
remember
like
that
about you.
bumper sticker, and it keeps me accountable. So,
Talk about your writing a little bit, Adam, because you always come up with cool stuff. Do you have a whole list of things like in your back pocket that you're like, someday this is going to be a song, I'm just kind of still working on it in my head? Or are you just one of those people that when it comes to you, you write it right now?
well, I mean, the thing is that like I've been through a whole lot in my life, and I'm a more in the moment person. So I usually start with a melody, and then once I start with the melody and the chords and stuff, and I catch the feel for the song, then I tie the words into it so that it all makes sense.
Okay.
But I pull inspiration from everything. Like
Absolutely, yeah.
we wrote a song yesterday, and I was reading through the Facebook news feed, which can be chaotic right now. And somebody said something like, how do I fix something that's just unfixable? And in my mind, I answered like, just let it break. And so that actually became the first song in the first writing session that we wrote yesterday. So
I love it.
I pull it from everything.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the way it should be. But you think about social media and how the abundance of ideas is right there. I mean, you've got every bit of the gamut from deep stuff that people are going through, to the
Right.
ridiculous, to political, to, I mean, it's all right there. So you've
Right.
got your whole wealth of ideas just scrolling on a news feed. So
if you hang out with
Yeah.
me, you might
Watch
accidentally
out.
become a co-writer.
that's right.
Right.
Everybody in Nashville's dream, they want their names on a credit somewhere. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Well, you've had some exciting stuff since I talked to you last time. You won a contest, or
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
been-
tell us about that stuff.
It was crazy. So some of y'all are familiar with NASH Next. So now they're on their second season. I think they're planning a season 3. And basically, they were working with Scott Borchetta over at Big Machine, and it was Cumulus Radio. So I was fortunate enough to win the second place in the first season, and so that was pretty exciting. And getting to hang out with Scott Borchetta and Cassidy Pope and Ray Lynn and all those people, and just doing all that cool stuff, it was just pretty neat. So that happened, and then I got to open for Aaron Lewis from Stained. And it's funny, the funny story about that is in Key West at the BMI Songwriter Festival. If any of you have been to the BMI Songwriter Festival, you know that that's pretty much a party all the time. And so we're all just hanging out. I'm not really paying attention to the order of events at Smoking Tuna, like what's going on, who's playing here, who's doing this and that. And so the next thing I know, so I play this show, it's cool, first time ever that we got an encore, and I was like, so I felt really cool. Well, then I go to sit back down with my friends, and then Aaron Lewis from frickin' Stained gets on stage, and I'm like, what? So it was kind of a surprise. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know.
Didn't even realize it. But
Didn't
those
even
are the
realize
fun moments when stuff like that happens, when you're not planning it and you're not all prepared and it just rolls. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of stuff's happened. I decided to go ahead and put out the full release
Yes.
of the original EP, and that's been doing really well. I know that Bumper Sticker, I think we're somewhere in I know we're on the top 40 of the Iceman's Best Country Countdown, which if you love country music, you support local music, you can check that out at bestcountry.com. And so we're doing that, and the fan response has been really cool. I forgot. And we got a couple of spots in Country Weekly, before Country Weekly became an internet news site. So that's pretty exciting too.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool stuff.
You have had a lot of cool stuff going on.
I'm not really good at talking about everything. It's like, so tell me about all the cool stuff that's happened, and then it all comes right here, and then it stops.
Yeah, it's like, I have no idea what's cool. What have I been doing? I just
It's a
do my
hurricane
thing.
of good news.
Yeah.
But you can go to iamtheband.net if you're watching on Facebook Live, and anybody's watched this interview. You go to iamtheband.net. You can add me on Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. I keep it all updated. So.
Yeah, you're good about that. You're really good about the social media part. For those people who may not know you and don't have a history with you like I do, tell them a little bit about how you got started. What brought you to Nashville and how your songwriting career kind of started.
Well, actually, my parents were divorced, so what brought me to Nashville was that originally. I know it's not really an interesting story, but so I grew up here. My first job was at Kroger. There you go. So if you're working at Kroger right now and that's your first job or your last job,
Never know.
I've been there. So anyway, I did that, and I was growing up here, and my uncle and my dad, they were tied into the music industry, and I just always loved music since I was a kid. So I would just sing a lot, and then finally Oasis came out, and I heard them probably around 1995. So back when country music was also still amazing. I would say the 90s were probably the prime of great, amazing.
But it's coming back because we got people like you that are bringing it back. So
I'm trying to. I want to be a part of that. So, so anyway, I was doing that, and then finally, after pursuing music and working really hard, connecting with some people, getting some songs on TV and film. Eventually, the way that I got discovered and brought into Music Row professionally was I was singing demos for my friend John D'Agostino, who's the owner of Demolition Music. And the songs I was singing for him, we didn't co-write them, but they started getting a lot of recognition. And so finally, John was like, man, I would love to open up a publishing company. I'd love to have you write. And so we started writing, started demoing stuff, and the next thing you know, I'm walking out of the doors of my day job, and I'm like, see ya, I got a pub deal, I'm going to work on that. And, it's crazy because you can go from working like this big corporate job to working something that maybe entry level, starts you out less, but it's kind of like working for the machine versus what makes you happy. And so I've been doing it for about 3 years, just totally all income from music, and it's been a really great experience. And Nashville Music Row has just been super, super awesome to me. So so I would say to anybody that wants to do music, that's writing, that's aspiring, the best thing that you can do is play and get out there and meet folks.
Networking. It's all about the networking and just getting your face in front of people. Absolutely.
And some people will disagree with me, but I'm also I like playing cover songs. I like doing original covers, but I'm very anti-cover culture. And what I mean by cover culture is, daring to put out your own music. Dare to defy cover culture. It's great to honor your heroes and the people that you love by putting out cover songs, but I tell you, there's fans of real music. There's people who are hungry to hear what you have to say and what's coming from your heart. And so that's my message. Play it, sing it, mean it. And again, it's very anti-cover culture. If you can get out and play your original music, you may not make a ton of money doing it up front, but it's totally worth it because it gives people a chance to connect with who you are and what you have to say.
Absolutely. And that kind of leads into the whole social media thing, which, I've already said that you're very active and very good in that. Talk about the release of your, your project. What are you doing that's fun and kind of out of the box to let people know, hey, I'm here, listen to my stuff?
I think the coolest thing that I like to do is it's the animated GIF files. I like to attach those with the announcements. And I always try, even if it's unreleased demos or B-sides that you don't get on the record, I always try to give people an incentive or some kind of bonus content. And that's one thing that I've really been inspired by a lot of artists to do, because now a lot of deluxe editions of records are coming out, and they're putting out those cell phone work tapes, as bonus tracks.
Yeah, people eat that up. They love that. They love being personal with you.
Well, and what I've began to realize too is that, the stuff that I'm doing in my home studio is the quality is miles above what some of my favorite bands were doing in the 90s with the little...
Sure.
I don't know if anybody remembers this, but we used to have these little 4-track cassette recorders, and you can buy them now for fun on eBay. I think people still do demos with them, but we've come a long way. So I try to do the animated GIFs as well with the advertisements of, what I'm putting out there, just because they're cooler than emoticons. Or emojis.
Yeah.
Emojis, man.
Hey, it's all what gets attention. It doesn't matter what you call them. So, anything else that you want to tell everybody about? We got about 4 or 5 minutes left. So,
again, I think play it, sing it, mean it. Don't play it or sing it if you're not going to mean it. The world needs to hear what you have to say and the songs that you have to sing. So, get out there and do it if that's what you love to do.
Yeah.
And also another thing that I really think is important is knowing who you are as an artist and discovering that part of you, and brand establishment. know what you stand for, know what your message is, and focus on that. And with social media, you keep putting that out there, and people will see that. So I will play one more song for you.
Awesome.
You get a bonus.
Bonus. It's our bonus track.
Bonus track time. So this is a song that's not on the record, but it has become a fan favorite. The response for this song has been overwhelmingly great, and I appreciate everyone who supported it and listened to it. This song is a song I wrote with another great artist. Her name's Heidi Ray. This song is called I Don't Know You, and it goes like this. What's an angel like you doing in this bar? Are you here for the party or a broken heart? Are you drinking to hold on or to forget? Or waiting on love you ain't found yet? Well, I don't know you, but I want to. And I got all the time in the world, and that if it's alright to buy you around or two. I don't know you, but I want to. Yeah, I want to. Did all the guys ask, did it hurt when you fell? Why they promise you heaven and they give you hell? Well, I'm not out here looking for anything. I'm just here to hang out and have a few drinks. I don't know you, but I want to. And I got all the time in the world, and now if it's alright to buy you around or two. I don't know you, but I want to. Yeah, I want to. Don't sing it out loud, let it all out. Maybe that's all you need to heal your broken wings. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. I said, baby, you're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. And I got all the time in the world tonight if it's alright. Thank you.
Yay! Awesome.
Well, it was fun hanging out with y'all. Be blessed and have an awesome day.
Yeah.
Woo.
Happy Thanksgiving and all that good stuff that goes with it.
Yes.
Be here before we know it.
Absolutely. It will
Awesome.
be.
Thank you, dear.
Thanks.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.